Hello, couplets. Welcome back to another Bear With Me with me, BearElliott. I decided for this video to get really comfy. I settled onto the couch and put on some comfy clothes, and I have Buddy laying beside me. Because this movie that is number 49 on our review of 50 movies during the year of 2016 is about comfort and finding comfort in other people and finding comfort inside your own skin and in your own lives. Now, this movie is very interesting. Now, for some, it may be considered a chick flick. For others, it's an artistic expression of sexuality and self-discovery. I basically just quoted that off a vlog that I saw. Don't come after me, vlogger. But this movie is called Carol. Now, it's appropriate that this movie is Carol, that it takes place during the Christmas season. It's a remarkable movie that takes place in the 1950s. Now, the 1950s for the LGBT community, there really was no such thing as the LGBT community. We were kind of left to our own devices, in a sense, because no one wanted anything to do with us. It was very much a secretive lifestyle that people just kind of didn't participate in or didn't talk about, let alone for it to be in public. If you were in public, you were kind of branded, and you were... It was in some countries, it was illegal for you to be homosexual, not homosexuality. You participating in homosexuality. You know what I'm talking about. But Carol is a very romantic and soft movie, but drives home a very strong point. Carol, the main character, she falls in love with Therese. Now, Therese also looks like Teresa, but she goes by Therese. Carol is an upper class, high society woman. In her, I'd have to say in her late 50s. She is married to Harge, and that's a very interesting name. It always gets me kind of like screwed up because I'm like, who's named Harge these days? I don't think a lot of people. But Carol is married to Harge. They have almost a picturesque lifestyle because they're high society. They have money. She has a child. And from the outside looking in, life is perfect. But Carol, she's had a secret. Well, actually, Harge kind of knows about it because this isn't Carol's first time venturing into the land of Sappho. But she falls in love with a young, I'd have to say for her relationship, I'd have to say she's in her early 20s. But Therese is a sales girl. During the holiday season, Carol goes in to find her daughter a Christmas present. Well, she finds a lot more than just that. She finds love. Now, the interesting thing about this movie is that it is a very fast relationship. And it goes from 0 to 60 within like a week. They were running off together, traveling to the West Coast on an adventure of self-discovery and discovering sexual sides of themselves. It's a beautiful movie. It's shot eloquently. I love the costuming because it's so period piece. I mean, and the backgrounds, it's just eloquent in its styling and its sophistication when it comes to the actual movie itself. But if you're looking for a fast-paced movie, look other places, because this movie is very slow, very deliberate, and you come out of the movie thinking about, okay, what would you have done in this situation? Would you have, like, basically thrown your life away for love? But this movie also got me. It really irked me in a sense, and this is the spoiler part of it. So Harge finds out that Carol's in another relationship with a woman, and he is not too happy, so he threatens to basically go public with her sexuality and what she's doing on the side, and she takes a vacation from her life and decides to bring Therese along for the adventure. And they head off to the West Coast, and they stop at small towns, they get to know each other, and of course there's a sex scene between the two female characters. Now, I wasn't that into the sex scene, but it was very romantic, and it took place on New Year's Eve. But then this is the part that irked me. Because, okay, so Therese falls for Claire really, really fast, And I guess when I think back to my 20s, it was the same way that you fell for the person that you were in love with. And usually in the LGBT community, you do fall in love with someone of an older generation because they're kind of your mentor through this new adventure that you're undertaking. But Claire just dumps her, just leaves her in the middle of the United States, just bloop, and her ex flies in to drive Therese home. That would totally piss me off if that was me. And I'd be like, I don't want anything to do with you, woman. I don't want anything. Don't ever come back in my life. So Therese is devastated, of course, and she goes back to New York and she picks up her pieces and starts a career in photography, which is that is her passion. And that was the other thing. Her career, like, just one minute she was a sales girl, the next minute she's a photographer, or she's working for a magazine somehow. But then Claire comes back into her life. And Claire just she's like, look, I'm just going to negotiate with Hodge, the guy. And I'm not going to have custody of my daughter. She just gives up her daughter. And I want you back in my life. I want to have a relationship with you. And I'm proud that Therese says no at first. But then, spoiler alert, for the end, she gives in to her. She shows up to the party and she's just like, oh, I'm back in love with her. I'd be like, no, screw you, woman. I don't want anything to do with you. You just left me. So that part kind of ticked me off. Because, okay, I guess we want a romantic ending. We want the two lovebirds to get together. But I guess I'm a realist. And I'm just, no. That would not, I guess, for myself, happen. And I didn't think it was I guess that's the great thing about this movie is that I totally humanized the characters, these fictional characters. I made them just completely human. But it's a good movie. I think you should go out and see it. So out of 5 paws, I'm giving this one a 4. It's beautifully shot. The storyline is interesting and keeps you entertained. But it's not a fast movie, so don't expect an action adventure. But it's very well done. And the acting is superb. It's just a gorgeous movie. And I think it's definitely Oscar contender, which I haven't looked at to see if it's up for any Oscars. But I think it's definitely one of those Oscar-esque kind of movies. So I hope that you're enjoying our 50 movies as we go through the year. We're only on 2. This is only 49. We got a lot more to go. So until next time, have a great day. Bye, couplets!
I could go out in the darkness, see you calling my name. I hear you shouting, hear you calling, but it's not the same. Every word that you are throwing right into my back doesn't matter to me, cause I'm keeping my track. Let me go. Let me go.